Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your QBL Game of the Week, presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. My name is Regan Baker, and I got John Guana here with me in the commentary booth as well. And this week we're bringing you the Logan Thunder versus the Townsville Flames. Two incredibly strong teams out on the floor tonight. It is going to be a very, very interesting game. Our first game being called here from Logan Stadium as well at Cornubia Park. John, what a game we've got lined up for us tonight.
It's going to be a fantastic game, Regan. You got two of the top teams in the competition. You look at the ladder, Logan struggling a bit up until this point, only with 2 wins on the season, while Townsville comes in off of their first loss, and it was a huge loss last weekend against Spartans. They're going to be looking for some revenge. Logan's looking to get their act on track. It should be a great one tonight. Yeah,
it absolutely will. It's going to be a great game, and yeah, big shock. To a degree, a big shock lost last week for Townsville against Spartans, because we've seen the Spartans girls play a couple of times, and we've commented how they've come into games against Southwest, who Townsville beat comfortably, and the Spartans wasn't really competition for them, but man, they came out absolutely firing in that game last week on all cylinders and really took Townsville to school as well. So yeah, they're going to come out for some revenge, absolutely.
I think it was definitely an eye-opener for Townsville. They were playing with supreme confidence, and to get smashed like they did, especially at home, it was a real wake-up call for them. They're going to be looking to bounce back and get a win. But on that Spartans team, it is a different Spartans team. They have 2 imports in now. They've brought in Ashtaya as well. So it's a different look from what we've seen. We'll have them again tomorrow. But this one here tonight, I'm really looking forward to seeing Logan play, because I'm surprised to see where they are. When I was doing my research on this game, to see where they're sitting at the ladder, they'd be disappointed where they are. They're playing in front of a pretty good home crowd. They're going to want to come out and make a statement, because this is a team that's more than talented enough to be in the finals. They're a team that's talented enough to make noise in the finals, so they're going to be looking to make a statement here against Townsville.
Yeah, well, absolutely, and I was the same, John. When I was doing some research last night, looking at the girls on the floor for this Logan team, you think they would have a lot more wins under their belt than what they do, but they have come out with a little bit of struggle in the first couple of games into the season. They're slowly starting to blend as a team a little bit, starting to play some better basketball, and they're definitely going to want to take this Townsville team to the best of their ability and really force them to make some, uncalled for errors as well. So it is going to be a very, very good competition. Just because there is a big disparity on the ladder, I don't think Townsville's going to leave anything on the bench. I mean, they're going to be firing from all cylinders out on the floor.
Definitely, and just a little side story. It's the first game you will see Mila Goodchild, not in the suit of Townsville, but suiting up for Townsville and coming down and playing where she grew up playing here at Logan. So pretty interested to see how Mila handles that bit of pressure coming home to play against the team she grew up and played for last season.
Yeah, absolutely. While doing a couple of quick shout-outs as well, just while the game tips off, I just want to say a big shout-out to Rebecca Vanderjack as well for the Townsville Flames. Tonight will be her 5th game tonight, so she's been, obviously a veteran in terms of the QBL. So big shout-out for her 50th game here tonight as well. As we get things underway, no score straight out of the bat here as we come down, and there's a foul almost straight away within the first 30 seconds as well. That one going against number 6, I believe it was.
Yeah, it's against Lisa Brennan on the inside.
So Logan with it now, down early. So they're going to look to come out firing here straight out of the bat, get some points on the board, really make Townsville do some strong defense, which they're doing as well. Townsville, really nice shell defense around the outside, forcing Logan to take that wide shot. And they go straight to that shot with Cassie Carroll.
A nice offensive rebound there from Michaela Donnelly from the point guard spot, grabbing an O-board.
Logan really trying to fire away a couple of quick shots as well. That one from Luna Castro, no good either. Goodchild going straight to the 3-point bomb in her old hometown, and she makes Logan pay as well.
And that's what Mila Goodchild does. She can shoot the ball. You would think Logan would have had that scouted a little bit better, leaving her wide open. But good job by Goodchild coming in and draining the 3 for the first points of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it will be a hard game for Goodchild as well. Coming up against a team she's spent pretty much her entire junior career playing for. They'll know how she plays. They'll know how she works. I can't imagine that's going to be the only open 3-point shot she takes tonight.
Well, I mean, there's only so much you can do against Goodchild. If you overplay her for the 3-point shot, she's certainly more than talented enough to get you at the rim. So be interesting to see how they defend her.
Logan now with the ball, going to work on the inside. Still not able to find the bottom of the net, unfortunately. So it is 3-0. Townsville Flames in the lead early on. Hands in the ball of Michaela Cox, their captain. Townsville, nice little move on the inside, but couldn't quite get the points there as Darcy Garvin Foul call as well against Logan. That going against number 15, Ula Matuga.
Yeah, Matuga's got the matchup to try and guard Darcy Garbin. Matuga certainly has the strength to defend Garbin. Garbin, though, with the size advantage, I should say height advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Garbin's a veteran of the game as well. She's been playing for a long time. So the young Ula Matuga, as she gets the block on Garbin as well, so making me eat my words a little bit. She is going to have a very tough time playing against, playing against Garbin. But she's doing a great job out there. We've covered her for the last couple of seasons. I mean, she's come a long way, Ula Matuga, so she's going to have a great matchup here against Garbin, and she's going to need to have those big matchups to further her career.
Yeah, Matuga's a great player. She did a great job holding her ground against as Garbin tried to back her in. Matuga just using her strength to hold her spot, didn't jump and block the shot.
Great inside look there for Logan, kicking out again. Fire is no good again, so Logan really struggling to get the points on the board. Townsville now, nice up court pass as well with the reverse layup, just bouncing out for Cox. Good fight there for the rebound from Logan.
Yeah, pretty scrappy affair here to start the game. Logan just struggling against the Townsville defense to get a decent look.
Shot clock rolling down into single figures as well. Logan just slowing things down a little bit. Gonna need to get to work soon as they fire a deep three, but that no good for Donnelly.
I like what Townsville is doing here. They're looking to really push the pace, but they're not forcing things. Not going to settle just for a rush shot. And you see Brendan being aggressive there, drawing the foul. That one's going against Monica Faber.
Yeah, Townsville definitely has had a very strong offense early off. They don't want to take any risky offensive plays. They've been very quick to pull the defensive board and kick the ball up the court. But like you said, John, they don't want to rush things. They're in a good position early on. They're playing a good defensive game of ball. So they just need to slow down that offense, really make Logan run, wear them down, but not take any silly risks.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity there for Brennan. She got the ball in good position. She almost forced herself into that shot, though, so not necessarily a good look. Good positioning, not a good finish, though, by Brennan. Yeah,
and good look on the inside as well. So they've definitely got the offensive play set up. They're making good offensive work. Just not necessarily the best shot on that occasion as Ula Matuga down Logan's end. Nice little roll to the right-hand side with the finger roll for two.
Yeah, that's just a nice step through there as Michaela Donnelly hits the deck pretty hard there.
Yeah, but great defense from Ula Matuga in front as well. Just standing her ground, getting in front, 2 feet planted, and she gets a turnover out of bounds as well.
Yeah, I think that was Ula Matuga there. Donnelly's a little shaken up, but Donnelly ran into the back of the Townsville player who got stuck on the charge call. I shouldn't laugh. Let's hope Donnelly's okay. She's definitely shaken up. Hopefully, I think she's just a little winded.
I think she's probably just a bit dazed, yeah.
The first aid officers attending to Donnelly. She's going to get to her feet. A little shaken up. She looks a little out of sorts.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a physical injury. I think she just got a little bit winded. Ula Matuga said that big, great defense on the sideline as well. But yeah, just as the Townsville player went down, just bumped it back into Michaela Donnelly. So she'll get subbed out, but I don't imagine she'll be out for too long. Just needs to get some water, a bit more air back into her lungs again, and she'll be back on the court in no time at all.
I think they'll have to check her for a possible concussion there because she did hit the deck that hard. You can see her kind of holding the back of her neck a bit, so you always want to have a look for a concussion when you hit a fall, any head or neck injury.
Absolutely. Logan now back on the floor. They're going straight to work on the inside, and great inside passage of play there with Ula Matuga going to work again. She's been firing all cylinders early on. She's playing great both ends of the floor. As Townsville backs it back straight with another 2 points as well. So 4-5, Townsville still keeping themselves just in front.
Garbin, nice finish before, and now she gets the steal and the layup again.
Yeah, great defensive play there from Garbin. It just goes to show that, those veteran eyes, she knows where the pass is going to go. She picked it early, charged down from behind, so Logan didn't really see where she was coming from to get the steal. Ula Matuga with it now. She's going to take herself out wide and fires again.
Deep three there from Matuga. She's showing us everything.
Yeah, definitely. So as I was saying, she's really firing from both ends of the court as Mila Goodchild goes back to work for Townsville as well. So exchanging buckets at the moment is Townsville and Logan.
That was a nice look there from Goodchild. The defender backed off her. She recognized it, pulled up confidently, and drained this jumper.
Logan with it now. There's 6 seconds left on the shot clock, so going to have to go to work. Nice drive on the inside there for Wood, but no luck with the big block as Mila Goodchild comes back to work with the left-hand layup. Little bit too soft, and Logan coming down with the defensive board.
Yeah, it was a good look. Goodchild will be kicking herself for that on that miss.
No good there for Logan. Townsville coming down with the defensive board. It's 9-7, so Townsville still just sticking in front. Fairly low-scoring game so far. I think that's heavily because of the defense that's been played down both ends of the court as well. So both teams coming out, playing a very strong defensive game of ball.
And I think the referee's doing a good job letting them play. It's been pretty physical out there, and referees just letting them go. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've said this multiple times before, John, but I love it when referees let, especially in women's basketball as well. I tend to feel like it used to get overcalled a little bit too much, but I love a physical game of women's basketball, and that's what they're letting happen here. You know, two very talented teams coming out as Ula Matuga again setting herself up. Nice little three bomb from the corner.
And Matuga is just doing it all. She's got all 10 points here for the Logan Thunder. They're leading by 1.
Yeah, definitely so. She's having a great game. So she's got 10 points in the first 6 minutes. I mean, she's setting herself up for a massive, massive night tonight.
Yeah, she's already had a major impact on the game. She's 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. She's got a rebound and also that big block on Garvin. So Matuga really starting to heat up. If she could get some of her teammates involved, it might be a tough afternoon or evening for the Townsville Flames.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a timeout on the floor, so we're going to take a quick break as well. But stay with us, and we'll be back with you shortly with more QBL Round 8 action presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. And back with you here from Cornubia Park Sports Complex. It is the Logan Thunder taking on the Townsville Flames. So getting things fired up. Logan in the lead by 1 point so far. It is 10-9. We got Coach Foster, as always, watching up in the Ville, my second home at the moment, while taking over a work position. So nice to always see you watching our games up there, Paulie. So great to see you there. And anyone else tuning in as well, we're back with you on the floor. And it is Townsville's ball at the moment. Mila Goodchild driving to the left. Strong through the keyway, flipping one up on the buzzer, but no good.
I thought that would have been a shot clock violation. I didn't see that one hit the rim.
Yeah, just trying to work out what. So the referees have gone with a jump ball call, but considering there was no possession after the shot clock violation, it did hit the rim though. Oh. So depending on when the siren actually went off, if it hit the rim and the siren went off in error, jump ball's the right call. I wasn't paying too much attention.
That was definitely a good call.
Logan now taking it down there in the court. Ayokuza, sorry if I've got that name wrong, taking a nice little jumper from inside. Not quite getting it there though. Townsville coming down with the board. Garvin looking for that inside pass, just having a pass round. Townsville's offense, nice, slow and steady. Taking the jump shot there is Andrews, but that one no good for her, and the ball bounces out of court in favor of Logan.
Yeah, it was a great offensive rebound there by Garvin. Just kicked it out probably a little too quickly. Her teammates weren't ready for it. And I just want to give a shout out Donnelly back out on the court, so thankfully she's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. She's always been a tough fighter as well, so I can imagine she would have been wanting to get out the minute she stepped off the court as well. So good to see her back on the floor as her teammates going to work on the inside, but no luck there from Ayakuza.
Townsville again. Tough hook shot there by Akusa.
Yeah, Townsville really fighting for those defensive boards as well. They've been getting a lot of defensive rebounds early on in this game. So Logan, they're taking some good shots, but they need to make sure they got the players on the inside to fight for those defensive boards. As we see Townsville taking a long bomb from Garvin, scoring the three to get their team in the lead by 2.
Yeah, I think Garvin's arguably the top player in this competition. She can do a little bit of everything, showing her outside touch on that possession.
Yeah, Garvin has always been such a strong competitor in this league, and she's been playing an absolutely amazing season. She takes another three-point shot. That one just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, Garvin getting a call up for the Australian national team, so she'll be heading to camp in a couple of weeks' time. Teams going back and forth here, though, Regan. Pretty interesting flow to this game. Neither team really able to establish themselves defensively. So you'd like to think the first team who does that will have an opportunity to pull away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams are shooting really, really well from the field. They're getting good looks. They're taking good opportunities. You know, as we see another three-point shot drop there for Ainsley Walsh. So both teams offensively playing a really good game of ball. It's all going to come down, like you said, who can really establish themselves defensively on the floor and start getting some big stop plays and then converting down the other end of the floor.
Well, at the moment, both teams just doing a really good job defensively. I think they're communicating well, spreading the offense out. Nice take and finish there by Alex Fowler, the Basketball Queensland Female Player of the Year. You saw what Townsville did there, though, spreading the Logan defense out and allowing Fowler to get to the rim to finish through the contact. That was a really nice, strong drive there by Fowler.
Yeah, absolutely. Very strong play indeed. So it's 15-12 now. So the lead up by 3 for Townsville as Fowler goes to the line for 1. And that point good as well. So as we were saying, John, just looking at the stat sheets as well, both teams are sitting in the mid-30s for shooting percentage. So as we were saying, offensively, both teams doing a really great job of taking the right shots and getting the ball in the rim. But it's all going to be about the defensive passage of play and who can actually work out the other team's offense and establish themselves with a strong defensive position and start getting some big stops. As we see Michaela Donnelly get a foul there for Logan.
And that's the 15th foul on Logan. So Michaela Cox is going to go to the free throw line for a couple shots. Townsville, I think Coach St. Maurice really recognizing at the moment, trying to pick the pace up a little bit, putting into that pressure and the trap. And the trap has caused Logan a few troubles there. You see at the moment they got the turnover and then the foul there on Cox and to the free throw line for a couple of shots. So just a nice way to increase the pace a little bit, maybe force a few turnovers to get yourself a couple easy buckets.
Yeah, and the press has worked. We saw it earlier as well where Darcy Garvin got that nice steal where she's running from behind and picked the pass as well. So if Townsville keeps this press up, and I mean, it's working as well. So Logan's going to need to work out a press breaker because Townsville's defense is very, very strong. As we see Michaela Donnelly beating the press on that occasion, Townsville just falling apart a little bit on the press. You know, to kick out for that nice little offensive pass as well, but just a little bit too strong there from Ayakuza.
It was a good look there. She just hasn't been able to finish her shot just at the moment. As Matuga with another huge block, this time on Cox.
Yeah, Matuga's been having such a great game here tonight, and she almost steps up for the three-point shot as well, but decides to go inside for Ayakuza. Her shot a little bit too strong. Ball coming down with Cox on the rebound.
Yeah, Kusa is one of the top young players really in all of Australia, struggling for a shot at the moment. And then she gets called for the blocking foul as Garvin trying to drive to the bucket.
Yeah, and that was a really good read there from Garvin as well. She could see that Akusa was a little bit off balance and a little bit late to her position. So that's a really good decision to drive straight at her because she knew that she was going to get the foul and go straight to the line for 2.
Yeah, Kusa just a little overly aggressive on the defensive side of things. A little too high on the closeout, and Garvin recognized it and attacked, and rewarded with 2 shots at the free throw line.
Yeah, and like we said before, you know, Garvin is such a strong a mental player in this game as well. So it's a really good read to work out exactly when your defensive player in front of you is off balance or a little bit overeager to really try and draw those offensive fouls, especially when Garvin is a stronger free throw shooter as she has been this season. So really, really good read from her on that occasion.
Well, Townsville doing a good job forcing Logan to the perimeter. Matuga's layup is missed, and Townsville can hold for the final shot of the quarter.
Yeah, 16 seconds left on the clock, so there is going to be 1 to go. Ball's in control with the hands of their captain, Michaela Cox. Her pass is stolen, though. Great offensive hands there from Haley Castle as she goes coast to coast and gets the bucket on the finger roll down Logan's end. Garvin kicking the ball up nice and fast, trying to get a last-minute shot for Townsville, but the clock does expire. It is 22-14, so what a fantastic finish there from Logan in the end. just going to show that even with 10 seconds left on the game clock, that last minute, you know, really strong, tough defense, that's the stop and converted points that we're talking about.
Yeah, it was a great steal and an even better finish there by Castle. Nice, strong way to end the quarter for Logan. They're going to the quarter time break, though, down 6, Regan.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's going to be any indication of how this game's going to end. Logan's going to come out firing in this second quarter. So really strong game here, and it's going to keep going as well. But it is quarter time, so we're going to take a break here as well. It is 20-14, the Townsville Flames leading the Logan Thunder on a QBL Game of the Week presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. And we're back at Cornubia Park Sports Complex between the Logan Thunder and the Townsville Flames. It's a 6-point lead for the Flames early on in this game, but what a fight it's been. Logan coming out absolutely firing, and Ula Matuga, what a game she's had. Just looking at the stat sheet in front of us, she's got 10 out of Logan's 14 points, shooting at 66% from the field and 100% from the three-point line, shooting 2 from 2. So she's really been the standout player. She got 2 blocks as well, which has been absolutely massive in implementing a couple of stop and point possessions for Logan. So Townsville may be in front early, and going by the ladder, they're the better team here. But Logan's really shown them what they're made of, and they're going to come out absolutely firing in this second quarter.
Yeah, and like you said, Matuga just had herself a quarter to remember. She was perfect 2 of 2 from 3. She had 11 points, a couple of big blocks as well. Darcy Garvin doing her best though to match her. She's got 8 points and 4 rebounds. So it's a pretty good battle between 2 superstars of the QBL.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Kuza goes on the roll on the inside, and she gets 2 more points for Logan, so closing that gap down to 4. For Townsville, nice inside-outside passage of play as they kick it out wide to Walsh, and she fires for a very deep 2.
That was a deep 2 from Ainsley Walsh. She's shown herself to be a pretty good jump shooter here so far this evening with a 3.
And another great inside-outside passage of play as well, ending up with a Kuza on the inside for the 2. Both teams playing some amazing offense here, John. Probably some of the best offensive team plays, I guess, we've seen in the league so far. These teams are doing a really, really good job working as a team to look for the open layup on the inside, as we see there from Cox. I mean, this has been fantastic.
That was a great look inside from Magella Carey. That's a tough pass. It looked easy, but I promise you, it's not so easy when you're that deep in the paint to make a handoff to a cutting Michaela Cox. Great job there by Townsville.
Yeah, absolutely. Matuga just a little bit too late running up the court to pick that pass. It was a bit of a wild one, so Townsville is going to end up with it. Nice little kick out there from Cox. No good on the shot, though, from wide. Magella Carey just looking a little bit upset with herself. I think she knows that she should be able to hit that shot, but a little bit too short, hitting the front of the rim.
Yeah, it was a good look. You want Carey to take those shots. You got to keep the defense honest.
Great offense there. Defense there from Townsville with the hand on the pass. I think that was Ainsley Walsh. Just got her hands on the pass to get the deflection as they go straight back to work on the inside for 2.
Yeah, Stella Beck, she just joined the Townsville Flames last week, so this is only her second game with the group. Coach St. Maurice has a really high expectations and high hopes for Beck. She's a very versatile player and shown there on the offensive end.
Nice look inside there for Logan. What a great passage of play, sharing the ball around, getting it inside.
Yeah, that was a really nice finish there by Carol. A very strong finish, just using her strength to power through the defense.
Townsville still in the lead by 6 as Michaela Cox takes a bit of a step back jumper, but that's way too soft and gets nothing but air. Pulling the offensive rebound, though, still no good on the shot. Logan, defensive rebound this time around. There's big contact again on Michaela Donnelly, and she goes down hard, but gets the foul, so she'll go to the line for 2. That foul going against Alexandra Fowler.
Yeah, it was a good foul there by Fowler. I think on the other end, Akuza got a piece of that Michaela Cox shot. It looked like Akuza obviously has the size advantage on Michaela Cox, so shooting a step-back jump shot is probably the best option for Cox, just not on that occasion.
Donnelly going to work from the free throw line. She makes the first. And no good on the second, but the rebound getting tipped out of bounds by Townsville, so Logan's going to get themselves an inbound play. Nice little step back jumper there from Donnelly. A little bit too strong though, bouncing off the back of the rim. Townsville now with a bit of a fast break opportunity, going to work on the inside. Just slowing things down a little bit now. Walsh is wide open on the side. Great inside passage of play there, but great defense from Ulamatuga getting a hand on the ball. I don't know whether they'll count that as a block, but very strong defense to get the stop. And Michaela Donnelly going to work down the other end of the court for 2.
Donnelly putting a bit of sauce on that one there with the right-hand reverse layup.
Ooh, Garvin with the big screen there as well. Taking out Akuza, knocking her to the floor. The shot off the screen, no good though, but they're going to get the offensive rebound and a second chance.
And Garvin set some pretty heavy screens here tonight.
Garvin going to work again getting blocked. I think a combination of Ulamatuga and Michaela Donnelly. You could give the block either way on that passage of play. Townsville getting the steal, going straight to work. Defensive rebound for Akuza, but this Townsville press is really doing some damage to Logan. They've had a couple of turnovers in the backcourt where they've tried to beat this press, but it's just too strong for them. They haven't been able to find a consistent, easy way to break it.
I think they're trying to break it with the 3, and Matuga drains another 3.
Matuga again going to absolute work on the rim, firing away from 3. It'll be her third from third, I believe, so she's still shooting 100% from deep. It is tied up at 26 apiece. We're 4 minutes into the second quarter, but there is a timeout on the floor, so we're going to take one as well. We'll be back with you with more QBL Round 8 action, presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. And welcome back to Cornubia Park Sports Complex. We are tied at 26 apiece between the Townsville Flames and the home team, the Logan Thunder. It's been a great game down both ends of the court. Both teams playing some really incredible offense, doing everything they can to get the ball inside and taking some really smart opportunities. But Ulamatuga so far in this first quarter and a half has been the absolute standout player down both ends of the field. Shooting 100% from the three-point line, putting on 13 points out of the 26, so scoring half of Logan's points. So she's been having an absolutely amazing game here tonight, but same for Darcy Garvin as well. Defensively, I don't think you can go past her and how she's been playing in this game as well. Yeah, they're both really going back and forth. It's been an interesting battle as Andrews finished a nice layup attempt there for Townsville. It's been a good game so far. Both teams would be looking to make little improvements here and there, but overall, quality game of QBL basketball so far this evening. Yeah, definitely so. And Akuza again going to work on the inside, but she's been struggling to get that inside jumper looking neat. She's only 2 from 7 so far. She's been getting a really good position on the inside of the key and trying to fire away. It's just not working in her favor. So we see Cassie with a nice little hand in the paint there to get the steal for Logan. Yeah, good ball movement here from Thunder, and then Brennan tips the ball out of bounds. So it's going to stay with Logan. I think Townsville
at the moment, they need someone else to start hitting shots, particularly Michaela Cox. Cox has been quiet on the offensive end. She only got 3 points so far.
Yakuza again on the inside. Tries to go for the no-look pass out wide. No good, unfortunately. A little bit of miscommunication there as they turn the ball over. I don't think Anna Cameron quite realized that the ball was going to be coming back to her as she cut around the baseline.
Now, Kuza probably trying to do a little bit too much there on that possession. And offensively, when she has the ball, I think she needs to just kind of slow down just a little bit. She's kind of rushing her shots and not really getting herself in the best position to finish.
Yeah, nice look there from Lisa Brennan. No good, though. A little bit too strong, bouncing out. Logan with now. Kuza again with the ball on the inside. Kicking out, though. Kayla Donnelly ending up with it on the 3-bomb, but a little bit too strong again. But good offensive board. There's going to be a foul there as well. I believe that one is going to go against Michaela Cox, so she's going to pick up the foul on the inside.
Yeah, it's a good offensive rebound from Anna Cameron. When you look at the statistics on the rebounding side of things, it's been pretty even, 19 apiece. So team's doing a pretty good job on the glass.
Yeah, both teams working really, really hard to get the rebounds as well. I'll be interested to see Townsville's rebounding stats. They've got 14 defensive rebounds and 5 offensive, which I think is pretty similar for Townsville as well. So both teams really doing a lot of work on the defensive rebounds. But it just goes to show a lot of the players aren't finding their shot on the inside as well, because those defensive boards are making a big difference.
Yeah, you have to control the glass. That's it. It's as simple as that. You can't give up too many offensive rebounds. You'll have too many second chance opportunities to the opposition. So at the moment, though, the teams are doing a good job battling for the rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. As Logan, they go onto the line, so Akuza makes the free throw. There's going to be a sub on the floor for Logan as well. Checking it back into the game is going to be number 22, Luna Castro.
This is one of the matchups I was looking forward to, Donnelly and Michaela Cox.
So 1 point the difference here, so it is 27-28. Townsville getting themselves back into the lead a little bit again. Great defensive work there on the inside from Anna Cameron, I believe it was. Just getting her hand in the way of the pass. Otherwise, that was going to be a very easy shot on the inside for Garvin.
Well, that was a tough matchup. Good defense, like you said. Now Townsville with 4 on the shot clock.
Yeah, so having to go to work, driving on the inside. Andrews' shot, somehow managing to make that one go home.
Yeah, Andrews with a second scoop shot layup of the quarter.
Straight back down the other end, though, and Akuza going back to work on the inside, drawing the foul on the inside jumper. That one going against Lisa Brennan, so she'll go to the line for 2.
And I can see Coach St. Maurice reminding the referees it's a foul count of 4 team fouls against Townsville, 0 for Logan. So Coach St. Maurice letting the referees know about it. I think refs doing a pretty good job. You see Captain Michaela Cox also reminding the referees as well. Let's get some calls on our end.
I think it just goes to show that Logan is playing a very, very aggressive offense as well. They're intentionally driving the ball on the inside. They're taking the ball to the bucket. And Townsville's just a little bit slow on the defense on the inside. So they're stepping up a little bit late, or they're just simply not staying up straight. They're reaching in. They're making that last-minute movement to get the foul. Whereas Logan's defense so far this quarter has been pretty good. You know, Townsville not as aggressive on the inside in the keyway, or when they do get the ball inside, there's no one even remotely near them.
Good child's open for 3. It's a little too strong. As you mentioned, I mean, that was a perfect example. Logan just doing a great job defensively all night.
Yeah, absolutely. That one definitely getting the right call, though. So coaches will be happy with that one as Akuza just steps in a little bit too late to pick up the foul.
I think that one was against
Luna
Castro, and that was just a nice roll to the basket for Alex Fowler. Fowler is a really, really talented player. She also is in, she got named to the Australian Under-17 team. So one of only 2 Queenslanders to be named to the squad. So that just goes to show you how talented she is. And I give credit to Townsville basketball for giving her the opportunity to play in the QBL. She certainly deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. To be as young as she is, playing in the Under-17 team, but also to get the opportunity to play in the QBL, it's incredible for your development as a player, because you get to play against players that are a lot older, probably a lot stronger. They've been in the league a long time, so it's going to do nothing but benefit her. And yeah, as you said, a really big shout out to the Flames for letting her come on board, get some good minutes in a QBL game as well to develop her strength leading into that under-17s championship.
Yeah, she's done a great job. She's been impressive in her minutes here tonight as well. So really exciting prospect for Townsville and all of Australia.
Yeah, absolutely so. And Townsville getting themselves back into the lead by 4 in the game here as they go to work on the inside. Garvin once again finding a nice little position on the inside. She goes to work with the reverse and picks up the foul as well against Akusa.
Yeah, that was a really nice high-low action there. Garvin set the initial screen. On the ball reversal, she dove to the basket. Fowler hit her, roll into the hoop, and that's exactly what you do. You catch it that deep. Garvin knew the position she was in, laid it in with the left hand, and finished through the contact.
Yeah, it was a great look from both players in that case, and Garvin with the height advantage as well. Her hand went straight up, and the ball was right there. So it goes to show how well this Townsville team works together as well, because that just looked like a set play to me. You know, it's obviously something they've worked on, and it worked perfectly for the three-point play.
It was a nice set there, and they increased the lead to 7. And there you see Akusa with a really nice finish at the rim.
Yeah, Akusa's starting to find her shot a little bit more, which is good to see as well. She's starting to hit the last couple of her shots. A little bit of miscommunication on Logan as Goodchild fires a little jumper. A little bit annoyed at herself that she missed a jump shot from the block as well. That's a fairly set shot for her.
I think she might be a little more annoyed that not only that she missed it, but she also had Darcy Garvin and Michaela Cox helping at the top of the key. So another option for Goodchild. They're happy for her to take those jump shots. That's well within her range. So Goodchild, she'll get another opportunity. I have a feeling.
Oh, absolutely she will. There's Garvin with it now, so she drives right. Nice little look on the inside. Great assist there for Garvin, passing into Alexandra Fowler. And what a move. I mean, that's just textbook. That was beautiful.
And it was a great catch by Fowler as well. She passed a little low, but good catch and finish. Luna Castro misses the deep one, then the pass inside. Out of bounds off the Logan Thunder. I don't think that Jackie Luna Castro was expecting that pass back immediately from Michaela Donnelly. I think she was just looking to clear out.
Yeah, I think she just wanted to get out of the way. So a little bit of miscommunication, but they do end up with the ball back here. So they'll have 6 seconds to fire.
That's a little bit better there from Akusa. She's been a little more patient on that offensive move. It was a good look, just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, and she got the long offensive rebound there as well. But they're back down to 5 seconds on the shot clock, so going to need to get to work fairly quickly here. There's Luna Castro now with the deep 2 and the big foul there from Alexandra Fowler. Just turning around to box out a little bit too early while the ball was still in her hand.
So that was definitely a foul, and you know, that's a kind of a rookie mistake there. It was going to be a tough shot for Luna Castro to hit late in the shot clock, and just a little too aggressive on the contest there from Fowler. Definitely got the body of Luna Castro.
Yeah, it's good to see the box out though. So she's gone with the hand in the face and the turnaround to box out. So it's a good you know, passage of defense in that sense. She's got the right movements, just turned around a little bit too early. She just need to keep the hand up in the face a little bit longer, wait for the ball to leave the hand before then turning around to clear out. So bit of an unfortunate foul, but an obvious one. Paid off though, as the second free throw there was no good for Luna Castro. So Townsville with it now. The lead still out to 6. As Michaela Cox fires a nice little 3 there as that fires home. Lead up to 9 for the Ville.
Yeah, that's Cox's only second bucket of the evening. So she starts to heat up. Could be a long night for Logan.
Yeah, Michaela Cox she's such a good play, either as a dominant point scorer or even just as that captain that she is. You know, she's got such a good leadership about her. So even when she's not scoring, she sets up amazing passages of play. She leads the girls out on the floor. So she doesn't have to score for this team to do well, but when she does start scoring, I mean, it's a really great sight to see because she's got a really nice shot on her.
Goodchild fires a step back 3. That's a bit off. Garvin nearly comes up with the steal. Donnelly recovers though.
Yeah,
under a minute to go.
Townsville's press still causing a little bit of havoc for Logan. There's a 3-point there for Cassie Carroll. No good either, but Logan going to end up with the ball out of bounds. This pass there almost stolen by Mila Goodchild as well. There's Donnelly, step back jumper. Nice little easy set shot there.
That was a good finish there from Donnelly. she's shooting the ball with confidence and doing a good job this evening.
Oh, really great passage of play there from Cox with a nice little fake left, hold back, step around as she went around Donnelly for that nice inside shot.
Logan gonna try and hold for the final shot of the quarter. Townsville looking to speed them up a bit.
The ball goes inside. It's big offensive play there. So the offensive foul going against Akusa. Just on the spin move, just a little bit too much strength in that shoulder as she goes to spin. Great defense there from Townsville as well. Just I couldn't see who the player was, but setting herself in front. Nice position and just took the hit. And a great charge call there from the referees.
Well, that was the fouler on the defense there. That's Akusa's third personal as well. So halftime couldn't come soon enough for her.
No, there's 1 second on the shot clock, and there's a fire away from Haley Andrews, sorry. That one's no good, so we will end at 33-42. So Townsville slightly extending their lead out to 9 points coming into halftime, but it's been a really, really great contest all the way through. And just Townsville just starting to find a couple of set passages of play that have really worked for them. They've strung together in that second quarter there. But not to discredit Logan. I mean, they've been having a really good offensive game as well. Their defense is just starting to fall apart a tiny bit, letting Townsville get those nice inside plays.
Yeah, I think when you look at Townsville, what they're having real success with is that half-court trap. So forcing a few turnovers and getting a couple of cheap buckets. But like you said, they're doing a good job in the half-court. They're shooting the three ball pretty well heading into the break. They're 4 of 14, so not that great, but they've been big three-pointers, and Darcy Garbin's having herself a pretty good start, and that's what Townsville needs. Townsville starts with their offense through the hands of Darcy Garbin and then works out from that. And you see getting contributions, though, from Fowler, Andrews. It's a well-balanced attack for the Flames.
Yeah, definitely. If Townsville can keep that press going and working as well, I mean, that's Logan's biggest weakness at the moment. Both teams are exchanging buckets, but if it was a statistic that we could actually find out, I'd love to see how many points Townsville's got off that press, because there's been at least 5 or 6 turnovers that I can think of off the top of my head. So Logan needs to be able to beat that press, get themselves down the court, because otherwise Townsville's going to keep that going, because it's working really, really well.
Yeah, the box score has Townsville with 11 points off of turnovers, so definitely capitalizing on 8 turnovers, creating 11 points for them, and the difference is 9. So, you know, that's definitely been a big influence on the first half of action.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you said, John, that is the first half done and dusted. It is 33-42. The Townsville Flames get themselves out in the lead. So we're going to take a quick break as well, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to have the second half, this incredible matchup for you shortly. So stick around. It is Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia presenting you the QBL Game of the Week. And welcome back to Cornubia Park Sports Complex for your QBL Game of the Week, which is the Logan Thunder versus the Townsville Flames. Townsville getting themselves to an early lead in this one here. It is 42-33, but it's been a really well-fought contest between both teams. And you know, for a team that's struggled early out of the gates in terms of their season as a whole, Logan's doing a really, really good job to keep themselves in this game against Townsville. And just looking at the stat sheets that I've got in front of me, John, I mean, Ula Matuga is easily the standout performance of the game so far. I mean, she's shooting at 71.5% from the field, shooting 5 from 7, and 3 from 3 bombs as well, so 100% from deep. So she's been having an absolutely amazing game on 13 points. She's also got 2 blocks, but I think that's a little bit rough. She should probably have a couple more than that as well. But as a whole, I think she's been having an absolutely outstanding game, but not to be outdone by Townsville. I mean, they are in the lead at the moment. Darcy Garvin on 11 points, having 5 rebounds as well. So she's had a great game, more defensively. So I'm actually kind of surprised she's on 11 points. I've noticed her a lot defensively. She's been doing a really, really good job. Obviously just getting down there, going to work on the inside as well. So having a really, really standout game.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Both Ula Matuga and Darcy Garvin having themselves standout performances. I think the difference at the moment is Garvin's getting a little more help, whereas Logan, outside of Matuga, has really struggled to score. You look at the statistics, Matuga, you said 5 of 7. The rest of the team is only 8 of 29. So someone else from Logan needs to step up to help Matuga, and they really need to try and throw a few different looks at Garvin to slow her down.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other big thing to look at on the stat sheet as well, Logan on 9 turnovers and Townsville only on 5 in that category. As we said before the break, Townsville capitalizing 11 points out of those 9 turnovers as well. So it is making a big, big difference. That press in particular, Logan needs to come out and find a way to set up a press breaker, because if they can't get past that and these turnover counts continue going, it's going to be 18 and 10 and 22 points off turnovers. So that's going to put them in a really, really tough position if they can't keep beating that press.
Yeah, and just as we start the second half, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, the Australian Sports Network, supporting live sports streaming and graphics system. All the graphics you see throughout our presentation of QBL basketball in last season and this season are done by James Bowman and the Australian Sports Network, so we got to thank them.
As we come back to the court as well, nice little inside play there from Goodchild with the drive baseline. One little slice step back into court. A little floating jump shot for 2. So really great passage of play from her. Logan is with it now as they go down to single digits on the shot clock. Michaela Donnelly kicking the ball around. They're going to need to fire away soon. But it doesn't look like they're going to. I don't think they were aware quite where the shot clock was. There's a very, very late shot there from Michaela Donnelly, but the shot clock was already gone by the time she caught it. So a little bit of miscommunication and really, really good defense from Townsville as well.
Yeah, if you're a Townsville fan, happy with that defensive possession. If you're a Logan fan, you're pretty frustrated that that's what happens when you come out from the halftime break. And Townsville comes out with a 5-0 run, all 5 points to start the second half from Mila Goodchild.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're a Logan fan, you're not only frustrated about that, you're frustrated about how well Mila Goodchild's shooting as well. So she's having a great little start to the quarter here. Nice inside drive there from Michaela Donnelly, though, so coming straight out of the bat and firing a nice little one on the inside for 2. It was almost too easy, just drove straight down the middle of the court with a little pop shot.
Yeah, it was a good finish from Goodchild.
Garvin's long jump shot there, no good. Ball coming up for Logan.
Now, I'm a really big fan of Darcy Garvin. The more I watch her play, the more impressed I am. She just moves so well with or without the ball.
Yeah, she's just such a controlled player as well. She never appears to be frustrated or out of position. She always just kind of seems to almost float to where she needs to be, and she's just in the right place at the right time consistently. So she's such a smart player. She can always see 2 or 3 plays ahead and just get herself to the right spot.
And Beck did a good job there. And good recognition there from Matuga, recognizing the help came to close her down, dishing off for Cassie Carroll. Probably should congratulate Cassie, formerly known as Cassie Smith, now known as Cassie Carroll, marrying Sean Carroll in the offseason. Congratulations to both Cassie and Sean.
Yeah, I will admit, when I first looked at the score sheet, I'm like, Cassie Carroll, that's a new name that I haven't recognized before until I got here, because this is the first time we've seen Logan, so it all made sense after a while.
Yeah. Here comes Logan on the run.
Just losing a little bit of control there, unfortunately, for Logan. Monica Faber just turning that one over, but good defensive position, stepping up in the front.
Those ones hurt, though. That was a good opportunity for Logan to push the pace a little bit. That's a tough turnover there for Faber.
Coming down the other end of the court, going straight to work is Lisa Brennan with a nice inside drive for 2.
Yeah, that was just great recognition there by Brennan. Seeing the paint and driving right to the rim. That's a good matchup. That's a tough one for Mila Goodchild trying to slow down. Donnelly does a good job there, and now Townsville has an opportunity to run.
Yeah, that was a really good offensive screen there for Logan as well. It just really gave Michaela Donnelly that opportunity to drive left. She lost Mila Goodchild in the mix and then had the drive through. Unfortunately not able to put the bucket away, but it was a very good screen passage of play to get rid of her defender for the drive in.
Yeah, and you see Coach Downer is going to take a timeout. She's not happy with the way her team has come out to start the second half. Logan trails by 13. It's a good idea to take the timeout because Townsville seems to be gaining the ascendancy.
Yeah, definitely so. Townsville's really come out on a strong passage there, and they've seemed to have just slowed things down a little bit. They're working the ball around the outside, and they're finding the really great opportunities to pass the ball on the inside. And they've got quite a few points on the board. Probably 3 of their shots have come with just about no defense as well, because they're spreading the Logan defense out wide. They're making the cut into that open position that's opened up from that spread, and then it's a nice easy bucket from the inside. So Townsville's really done a good job to break apart Logan's defense, which is what we said they needed to do. It's all going to come down to who can play the stronger defensive game. And at the moment, Townsville is doing a good job of just not letting Logan play a defensive game.
Yeah, Townsville is just being methodical. They're using the pass inside, outside. They got that strong start from Goodchild. Beck has started out really well in the second half. Brennan's got him a couple of cheap, easy buckets. And I think Coach Downer would probably be a little more disappointed with his team, with her team's defensive intensity to start the half. Yeah,
definitely so. Like, I don't think it's way too early to count Logan out of things just yet. I mean, they've still got a lot of fire in them, and they're doing a lot of things right. Is Garvin, again, just getting herself to where she needs to be with the intercept. Almost the steal, but not quite. I mean, she's been having a blinding game, but I think Logan just needs to slow things down a little bit and start focusing on their offense a little bit more. Continuing to get Michaela Donnelly those open passes, setting those offensive screens to give their teammates the open drive, because it's been shown that works. Donnelly had a nice drive down the center of the court, that nice screen where she lost Mila Goodchild. It's working. They just need to keep doing that and finding those opportunities.
You know, I think Townsville defensively has really turned it up a notch here in the second half. They're forcing Logan away from the game that they want to play.
Nice little drive there on the inside as well for Vanderjack. So she was having a great drive down and managed to draw the foul as well.
I think that one was Stella Beck, the new addition to the Townsville Flames. So driving to the left and trying to finish through the contact. She couldn't, but she'll get the opportunity for 2 shots.
I clearly need to get some. I need to borrow your glasses, Johnny. I'm seeing 21s as 31s. And
you borrow these glasses, you'll definitely go blind. I promise you.
So Beck on the line for 2. The first one is made. So again, as we said, John, Townsville is playing a really good offensive game of ball, managing to spread out the Logan defense, get themselves on the inside and draw those foulers. Beck goes 2 from 2. So it is really, really smart offense from Townsville. They've stepped up their defensive intensity. They're making it harder for Logan to score points, but then they're spreading out their defense to make it easier for them to score points. So it's working out really well in Townsville's favor this quarter.
And Akuso back in. She finishes. That's a good look. And that's a little better finish there from Akuso. A little more patient, taking her time to get her shoulders square and lay it in.
Yeah, that was a really nice look as well. So again, it's kind of the same play that Townsville did. They spread out the defense, got a player on the inside for that nice little turnaround. And Logan just starting to show a couple of signs of aggression. A little bit too aggressive on the defensive end, though, picking up the foul there on the inside.
Yeah, that was pretty much Darcy Garvin talking to her teammates and recognizing that she had Michaela Donnelly on her. There's no way that Donnelly can guard her, especially in the block. Did a good job, but had to foul.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only Donnelly's first foul as well, so it's not exactly much of a concern for her. But Logan's definitely got the advantage here as they go to the inside. Ula Matuga, nice little handoff. Cassie Carroll unable to capitalize on the points, though. But again, Logan really starting to look aggressive on the offensive end.
Yeah, that was a fantastic look there by Matuga. Unfortunately for Carroll, she was unable to finish it. And then you see, again, Beck looking to be a bit aggressive here the last few possessions. Really doing a nice, strong rip move there on Castle, and Castle fouled her.
Oh, nice idea there. Unfortunately, not quite paying off the way they wanted to, but Garvin still managing to come down with it, spinning with the finger roll and drawing the foul as well. So it didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to, but it still worked out in the end with the foul going against Akuso.
Yeah, that's going to be Akuso's 4th personal. Coach Downer not happy with the foul call. She wants it on both ends of the court. She doesn't feel like it's happening at the moment. We saw in the third, it's the reverse now. Coach St. Maurice complaining to the refs it's a 4-0 count in the second quarter, and now in the third it's a 4-0 count in favor of the Townsville Flames.
Yeah, definitely so. And like we said before, though, Johnny, I think the referees are doing a really, really good job at controlling this game. It all just comes down to aggression. You know, last quarter, Logan was being very, very aggressive offensively and drawing the fouls from Townsville, and now it's the reverse. You know, Logan's dropped off a little bit in terms of their defensive intensity. They're getting a little bit lazy, and they're not getting themselves in as good a position.
Good drive there, though, by Donnelly. They beat the trap there, and that's the downside of the trap. If you're not successful in the trap and the team beats you, you're a bit soft at the back and a bit vulnerable. And you see again now here comes a turnover. Let's see if Logan can capitalize on this opportunity.
Michaela Donnelly just losing the controls, but managing to pick it up again and firing a nice little jump shot. So Logan on a bit of a roll, 4 points in a row. Starting to do some really, really nice things offensively is Logan. They're starting to piece together a couple of really big stops. I mean, Ulamatuga with the nice steal to get that play running. So things are starting to work out for Logan. They're getting themselves back in this game. It's back down to 11. As Townsville misses another jump shot opportunity, they will pull the out of bounds rebound though, so they'll have another chance to shoot.
Yeah, Fowler missed that jump shot. Garbin grabbed the offensive rebound and had it stripped out of her hands.
The Townsville have 13 seconds to shoot, but they only need 1 second. No good on the shot though. They do pull the offensive board and set themselves up for another one. Garbin with it now as she fires a turnaway jumper. Just absolutely beautiful, hitting nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, it's a shot with confidence. Darcy Garbin just having herself a great game so far tonight. Garbin, that was her 15th point.
Yeah, and 5 from 12 as well. So she's shooting it just shy of 40%. So she's having quite a good game herself in terms of her shots. She's got a really nice selection, and as you saw from that, I mean, she's just got the motions, and it's really, really good to watch.
Yeah, nice hustle there from Donnelly, getting another look for her teammates as Beck comes up with the block.
Oh, great hands there, though, from the captain, Michaela Cox, getting the steal. Going almost coast to coast as well, but handing off to Fowler. Logan getting themselves back in a position, so Townsville going to have to settle things, but Garbin again recognizing the defense is not in position, firing away the two and drawing the foul against Anna Cameron.
Yeah, that was a great drive there by Garbin, going right at the defense. She had Beck wide open. Beck really wanted it, but Garbin had her eyes set on that hoop, and she got it, plus the foul.
Yeah, there was a really, really nice opportunity. As we've said multiple times in this game, Johnny, but I keep coming back to it, Garbin's just got such an eye for the game. She can recognize where the defense is going to be, and she just knows where to drive to draw the foul. And she's got the strength and the competency to make the bucket and get the and one too.
She certainly does, and she's just, what else can we say about Garbin? She's having a great game. Logan trying to throw different looks at her and just without success.
Yeah, Alexandra Fowler, nice hands there on the steal as she goes coast to coast and fires one away for the nice little two as well. Strong defense there from Ulamatuga too, but not quite enough.
Yeah, really nice composed finish there from Fowler. She got the steal, had to go pretty much from one end of the court to the other. With under pressure from Matuga. Good finish from Fowler.
And then one thing I want to say about that as well from Fowler is it's really good to see a young player recognizing that there's going to be contact and not instantly expecting that there's going to be a foul. She knew there was going to be contact. She took the contact and then still managed to finish the bucket as well, which can be rare to see in some young players. So it's really good to see that she knows she needs to make the bucket no matter what the contact.
She couldn't finish on that one, though. A little too strong on her layup attempt.
Castle with it now as she spins baseline to the bucket. Her roll a little bit too strong. Managed to pick up her own offensive rebound though. The foul's going to get called against Haley Andrews. So nice work there from Castle, finding to get to the bucket, getting the offensive rebound as well, and the foul.
And I like what Coach St. Maurice doing here at the moment. It's a 16-point lead for the Flames, so he's going to put Garvin on the bench and let her get a breather.
Yeah, definitely so. So quite a young team out on the floor, being led by the captain in Cox. So it's really good to see Townsville getting to run through some of their younger players and give them an opportunity. There's great offensive play there from Logan. The finger roll just not quite working out for Cassie Carroll.
That was a sweet dish from Donnelly. And then you see Townsville blow a layup on the other end.
And it's good to see, even with a young team on the floor here from Townsville, they're still playing an incredibly tough defensive game, making it very, very hard for Logan to move the ball to the inside. There was a foul on that occasion, but Townsville, even with their younger players, they're still playing a very strong defensive game of ball and making it as tough for Logan to score as possible.
Yeah, Coach St. Maurice, he has a young bench, and he has complete faith in them. They're playing big minutes, and they're producing for their coach, so stick with them.
And another quick foul there as well, going against Magella Carey.
That's the third team foul on Townsville. About a minute 15 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's still that 16-point lead. So Townsville still setting themselves up for a nice little lead here. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. So Logan really going to need to go to work here to get some points on the board. That's a good inside-outside passage of play. Unfortunately, Wood's pass is knocked out of bounds, and Townsville is going to get it. But it was really good to see that offensive aggression again from Logan. They kind of have it in patches, but hopefully they stick that up for the remainder of this quarter because they're going to need to get some points on the board.
Yeah, I thought Wood would have fired away there, but she went for the pump fake and got herself into a little bit of trouble on the drive.
Yeah, it's hard to fire a pump fake away against this Townsville team because they're going to read that and know to stay on the ground and not fall for it. And then they turn around down the other end, go straight to work on the inside for the layup and drawing the foul as well against Wood.
Yeah, that one's Magella Carey. She had great position and a really beautiful pass there from Fowler. And a nice job by Carey to catch the ball, finish strong with the left hand. Really good job there from two really young players for the Flames.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we said, they do have a very, very strong bench, even though they are young. And it was great play there on the inside. And they're going to get the offensive rebound as well with 50 seconds on the clock. So they're going to get another chance to score here. So Townsville, opportunity to extend the lead out, possibly up to 20. As they get the ball in, a nice little spin move there from Haley Andrews getting to work on the inside.
Yeah, Haley Andrews, really talented junior player for Townsville. She was rewarded for a lot of her hard work with a scholarship to the University of Portland. She'll be playing in the West Coast Conference next season.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great opportunity for her as well. Really, really great school. And she's only going to get better with time as well. Still quite a young player. And that college opportunity is going to do amazing things for her because she's got such a strong game of ball on her.
And Townsville now with the opportunity to hold for the final shot of the third. They're up 18.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go, so they will get to fire away the last one. Michaela Cox settling things down at the top of the three. The double screen opportunity with the handoff to Cox. They're going to start running out of time soon, but a little bit of miscommunication with Logan's defense, giving Cox the open layup. And she's furious with herself for missing the finger roll. Just a little bit too strong, bouncing off the bottom of the rim. But we go into the quarter time break. It's 50-68, so Townsville getting themselves an 18-point lead coming into the third. Starting to break away a little bit. Townsville's defense just falling apart a little bit coming in late to the third.
Yeah, that was a really big quarter there for Townsville. Did a good job to increase the lead to 18. They can't rest on their laurels, though. Logan has firepower. They can get themselves back into it. Townsville wants to start the fourth strong, or else they could be in for a fight.
Yeah, definitely so. Townsville's going to come out firing, but I don't think Logan's going to do anything less than the same thing. But it is three-quarter time. It's 50-68 on your QBL Game of the Week. We'll be back with you shortly, presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. And we're back with you here live from Cornubia Park Sports Complex as we bring you the QBL Game of the Week presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. It is an 18-point lead in favour of the Townsville Flames over the Logan Thunder. But realistically, Logan's still playing a really, really competitive game of basketball, doing a lot of things right. Still got to do a big shout out to Ula Matuga. I mean, she's still having a great game of ball. She hasn't done as much in the second half so far, but still having a lot of impact on the defensive end on this game. But Townsville, Garvin has just come out absolutely firing. She's got herself up to 18 points, still on the 5 rebounds, but she's doing an amazing job both ends of the floor. Even though she hasn't got a lot of rebounds, her defensive efforts have just made such a big difference in this game because she's stepping up where she needs to, and she's just such a big presence on the floor.
It's going to be tough here, though, for Logan Regan. They're down 18. They haven't had much firepower, especially in that third quarter. So it's going to be difficult. Someone needs to start hitting shots. And I'd like to see Logan get Matuga a couple more looks. I don't think she had a shot in that third quarter. So
no, she went into the third quarter 5 and 7, and she's still 5 of 7. So, and I think you're right. I think realistically, and I think it's going to have to come from Michaela Donnelly or Ula Matuga. I mean, they're both on 13 points apiece at the moment, but Matuga scored 10 points in the first, 4 or 5 minutes of the first quarter. So she needs to come out absolutely firing like she did early on to get some more points back on the board for Logan. I mean, we see Cassie out on the floor now taking a couple of free throws, so she fires away 2 more. But we really need to see someone from Logan stepping up and just really taking dominance on the offensive end of the court.
Yeah, and for Townsville, you have to think that they're going to try and run things through Garvin again. Open for deep 2, and she drains it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, just as you said it, she just went to work on the outside. I mean, she's been having an amazing game. That puts her on 20 points, so she's been firing from all cylinders. But again, a really, really big defensive presence as well. Ula Matuga now, as we said, starting to go to work on the inside, but just taking one too many steps on the way through.
And it's a different look from Townsville going to the 2-3 zone. I think it confused Logan there for a bit. Matuga saw a lane, it closed pretty quickly, and she got called for the steps.
Yeah, almost a bit of an interesting decision for Townsville dropping back to that 2-3 zone. I mean, I know they're up by 18 points, but if Logan's one of these teams where you can't take the foot off the pedal, otherwise they're just going to come back with so much gas and firing on all cylinders. Good to see that they've still got this up-court press as well to make Logan, really force their offense up the court. But yeah, going from the full-court press back to a 2-3 zone. Interesting decision. We'll see how it's going to pay off. But straight away, Logan looking a little bit confused by it. But working out on that occasion for Logan. Michaela Donnelly firing away a 3 from deep.
I think Coach St. Maurice also has one eye on this game, but one eye on the matchup tomorrow afternoon with Ipswich. I think he's just trying to give his players a bit of a rest when they can sit back in that zone. They don't have to work. You still have to work hard, but probably not as hard if you're in the man-to-man. So, and it is a different look that he hasn't shown Logan tonight.
Yeah, well, they pretty much have been playing full court press, full court man the entire game as well. So that does drain the players a little bit. But at the same time, like you said, it gives them the opportunity to test out their zone as well. They haven't had much chance to practice it in the game tonight, so it is something different. So Logan is going to have to adjust and really try and take this opportunity to get some points on the board. As we said, one of the girls needs to step up, whether it be Michaela Donnelly, Ula Matuga, anyone really, Cassie Carroll as well. Someone needs to step up and start making some points.
Well, clock is definitely not in their favor. They're down by 18. Garvin rattles home another 3.
Not when you leave Garvin wide open on the 3-point shot, so she could have taken 2 seconds almost to set that shot up and fire away. Not that she needs it, but you can't leave her open the top of the 3 because she will drain that all day long.
And she was wide open. Michaela Donnelly answers with her own 3. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get a little pumped up here. The Eye of the Tiger always gets me going.
You can't not be pumped up when Eye of the Tiger's playing. It immediately just gives you 20% more energy. And great defensive pressure there from Logan, forcing a last-minute shot from Garvin, but Man, even under pressure with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, she still goes to work on the outside and drains a good one.
And nothing's going to stop Darcy Garvin. She's in the zone right now. She's powering the Flames to a 21-point lead at the moment.
Yeah, she's got the burners on full, so she absolutely is flaming in this game. She's just been firing all cylinders, having a really strong game, hitting from all over the floor. When you look at her shooting percentages, she's shooting at over 50% from the field and 2 from 5 from deep as well. So she's been shooting an absolute blinder of a game. But Townsville, again, turning around, wide open on the outside. Didn't even have to fight for the offensive rebound. Garvin was just there to get it and pop a nice little one home for 2.
Yeah, that was just an easy follow-up for Darcy Garvin and a nice, easy layup for her as well. 23 points now, the deficit for Logan.
Yeah, Wood taking a wide 3 for herself, but that hitting but nothing but air. Try to get the offensive rebound, but Anna Cameron just couldn't quite get her handles on and turn it over out of court. So Townsville going to get another opportunity as they sub out the captain, Michaela Cox, and again sub on some of the youngsters. Mila Goodchild stepping back onto the floor as well.
It's nearly time. If Logan's going to make a run, it's got to be now. That's not going to help. I mean, that's just great recognition there from Garvin, finding Fowler inside with a mismatch, and a great job by Fowler with the seal, and good recognition by Garvin to find her.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a matter of finding a last-minute run now. With 25 points the difference, I think it is all about over for Logan and Ula Matuga trying to go to work on the inside, finding that aggression. But there's a difference between being aggressive and being smart and turning around, heading up straight into one of the Townsville players. It was a good decision. She's showing some aggression, but you've still got to be able to work around the defensive players and not work yourself too hard. So very, very easy call for the referees there on the charge.
Yeah, and that was Alex Fowler. That's the second one we've seen her pick up this evening. Just, again, getting herself in good position and getting herself set. You don't have to fall over to take the charge, which is good to see.
And Townsville, nice movement with the ball around the outside as well, but then stepping up on the inside for the jumper, pulling the offensive board and having another crack. Townsville not having any luck on that occasion. They do get a foul on the defensive rebound as well, so that's going to go against Garvin, I believe. So good recognition there from Logan. I think it was Michaela Donnelly that pulled the rebound and drew that foul.
I think that's Garvin, though. That's only her first personal.
Another quick foul there for Townsville as well. Ula Matuga just getting a bit of a bump there from Alexandra Fowler and hitting the deck. So that's putting Townsville back in a position where they're in foul trouble. So it's 4-1. It kind of swings one way and then the other on the foul count, Johnny.
Yeah, well, it's 4 for Townsville, 1 for Logan. It would be good if Logan could get them in the penalty, and it looks like they will on that one there. Donnelly gets fouled on the drive. That's Townsville now in the penalty, so any foul Logan will be shooting, obviously outside of the offensive fouls, but they'll be shooting free throws, so stop the clock and get on the charity stripe. Perfectly for Logan's favor. Yeah, absolutely, and they've been doing a really good job at being aggressive and driving in. And, you know, finding the weakness in the Townsville's defense to draw those fouls. So they've been doing a really good job at that. And for the next 5 minutes, they're going to get to go to the free throw line on every opportunity. Donnelly only going 1 from 2 on that occasion. Hey, if you're going to go to the free throw line, you got to hit them. Yeah, Mila Goodchild's pass almost stolen there. Just managed to find some luck as Logan knocks it out of court. So Townsville will maintain possession. So shot clock down to 4 seconds as there's a last-minute fire away, and what a shot there too for Ainsley Walsh. I think it's Townsville's night tonight. Walsh doing a good job with the 3 there. And then you see from behind, Fowler gets a piece of the shot. And here comes Townsville again. But Townsville has been really impressive. It all starts with Garvin, but it's not just Garvin tonight. It's been Goodchild in her moments. It's been Walsh in her moments. It's been Fowler in her moments. They've all really stepped up when given the opportunity. And as a coach, that's got to be really pleasing for Coach St. Maurice. Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably one of Townsville's biggest advantages, that they've got such a deep team. There's no one player that does absolutely everything all by themselves. They can pass the ball around.
You know, you can sub out Darcy Garvin and you've still got a wealth of talented players left on the floor and on your bench as well. So they've been sharing the love. I mean, I know we've talked about Darcy Garvin a lot because she's been firing on all cylinders, but every player on the Flames has contributed to this great, what are we up to, 27-point lead so far in this game. There's a nice shot there from Akuzo as well for deep. Only 2 points, unfortunately, for her, but a nice little look there as well and just starting to show a little bit of aggression.
Yeah, I think that was a good look for Akuzo. It's something if she can do that consistently, it'll really just expand her game. As Fowler answers with her own baseline jump shot on the other end. I love seeing the two young, talented big players from both teams having success. It's been a good matchup to see some up-and-coming talent in the Queensland Basketball League tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to see those young players out on the floor and still doing a really amazing job as well. You see Cassie Carroll take a nice little step-back three-point shot as well. But some of the young talent on this floor is talent that we're going to be seeing for another 2 or 3 years in the QBL, and they've been doing an amazing job and really stepping up to perform.
Yeah, and again, credit to their clubs for putting them in this opportunity and allowing them the chance to compete at this level. You know, the QBL is a semi-professional league. It's one of the top leagues of its kind in Australia. You've got top talent that plays in the National Basketball League. You've also got seasoned professionals from competitions overseas playing here as well. So great opportunity for the young players to get a great experience against some good talent.
Yeah, and that was amazing pass there from Jackie Luna-Castro as well. Faking the pass, taking on the defense with a nice little dish around the back as well. So great look there from Logan. I mean, you know, they're obviously not going to come away with the win tonight, but they've still done a lot of things right. And there's a lot of things to take away for this game for Logan because they have made some really amazing offensive opportunities, but they just need to learn that they need to step up their defense a little bit more, not let themselves get spread out, and to step up on the defensive end. But a lot of good takeaways for Logan because offensively they've made a lot of good decisions and they've had a lot of wins.
And Logan, though, I talked about it earlier this week with a few different people, but we're technically at the halfway point of the season. So Logan will finish tonight with only 2 wins. They need to start winning some games if they want to make the finals. It's going to be difficult for them. They've dug themselves a bit of a hole, but they certainly are talented enough to dig themselves out of it.
Yeah, they've made their second half of the season very, very tough because they're going to have to go on a massive winning streak and get a lot of wins in a row from here on in if they're going to, you know, even consider themselves for the quarter playoffs. But like I said, there's a lot of good things to take away from this game. I mean, they've shown us the foundations of a team that can really compete in this league. It's just about stringing all those bits and pieces together across 4 quarters of basketball.
Yeah, and we saw early they were looking to run everything through Akuso. She didn't have the game that she would have hoped for tonight, but she's definitely talented enough to be able to run it all through. I think as she continues to learn with this new group for herself, and Logan now starting to familiarize themselves and understand what their roles are, you'd have to think they'd turn it around. But all credit really needs to go to Townsville tonight, just absolutely dominating from start to finish. Carrie, we didn't mention her earlier, but that's another great finish for Carrie. And credit to her teammates because they're recognizing her, getting that great position, and they're finding her inside, and they're giving her the pass where it's easy for her to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've been doing a really good job across the board in terms of getting everyone involved in the game. And, you know, as we said, it's so good for these young players to have that opportunity and, you know, to work with some really experienced players and have those opportunities to perform and to show what they're made of.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with Townsville. You know, we said in the pregame that they're going to want to bounce back from that tough loss from last week against Spartans, and I think they have done that. I think Coach St. Maurice would be happy with his team's performance tonight. They were very good defensively. I thought they did a good job in forcing Logan to play mainly from the perimeter, and their communication defensively was impressive tonight. And then offensively, they're doing whatever they want to do. You see Walsh again with another 3. They've been really impressive tonight. I talked to Coach St. Maurice before the game because they're going to run into some challenges, though. You've got Haley Andrews, who's going overseas to college. You've got Mila Goodchild, who's going overseas to college. You've got Darcy Garvin, who's going to have some Australian duties. So they're in a position that over the next few weeks that if they can continue to stockpile wins, They should be okay heading into the finals. You'd have to think that they're there. They've only got one loss so far on the season. They have a very tough matchup tomorrow versus Ipswich, who's the only undefeated team left in the women's competition.
Yeah, definitely so, and I think you're exactly right, John. Like, they've set themselves up that I don't really think there's going to be any possibility of them not making the playoffs at this stage. I mean, this will be 9 games with 8 wins. I don't think they're going to run into any issues heading to quarterfinals, but it is going to be a tougher competition from here on in, losing some of their big names to college overseas. But at the same time, as we've seen tonight, they've just proven that the bench players that they've got, they're going to have to step up and fill those shoes. And they've proven here tonight that they have the ability to do that. So even with losing Andrews and Goodchild, the bench players are going to be stepping up into their positions. The likes of Alexandra Fowler, the likes of Magella Carey, they're going to be able to fill those shoes. Maybe not to quite as good a standard, but they've shown us out here that they've really got the foundations of incredibly strong players.
Yeah, and it's going to be on those young players who are left here to step up when the opportunity presents itself. They certainly have done that tonight. And you see again, Andrews finishes strong. Townsville nearly hitting the triple digits. They've got 97. Not sure if they're going to let the clock run out here. I'd like to think that they will. And it looks like it will be a final for Townsville. 97-72, top to bottom. Great performance by Townsville Regan. I can't say it enough, but just all class from the Flames.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Logan did a really, really good job in that first half to make it harder for Logan to put points on the board. But coming into the second half, you can just see that Townsville has got such a wealth of talent, and they really did take it to the floor for 4 quarters, and Logan was just unable to keep up in that second half. They did a great job early on. But in terms of that game, Townsville did a really good job to overall perform from start to end, and it did a great job defensively and offensively as well. And it was really good to see the young talent stepping up to take a charge of that game. You got to give credit to the young girls, Alexandra Fowler, Magella Carey, Ainsley Walsh as well, really stepping up to show what they're made of and to have a really great performance on the floor. So taking it down, it's 97-72, so Townsville really coming out and cementing themselves in this game. It is a big win, and it is definitely the win that they wanted to have after that loss last week against Southern Districts. So Townsville will be coming into tomorrow's game against the Ipswich Force. It is a big matchup. As John was saying before, Ipswich coming into the season so far, they're 7 from 7, so they are undefeated. The only team in the Women's League that hasn't lost a game coming into this tonight. So really good opportunity for the Townsville girls to it's going to be a tough game, and it's not going to be easy for them, but it'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds. So jumping onto the stat sheet before we wrap things up here for you tonight, starting with the Logan Thunder, Michaela Donnelly really took over in that last half and set herself up to be the player of the game for the Thunder. She got herself 20 points, not quite a double-double. She only ended with 9 rebounds, but had 5 assists as well. So really strong game coming out of Michaela Donnelly. Ula Matuga we thought was going to have an absolute blinder, but didn't really do much at all in the second half. Not sure whether she may have been holding an injury or if anything actually happened, because she only ended the same score and the same shots at halftime that she did at the end of the game, with 5 and 7 from the field and 3 from 3 from three-point land for 13 points. Also a big shout out to Akuzo as well on 12 points, and Jackie Luna Castro on 8 as well. So jumping down to the Townsville end of things, I mean, everything's got to be shouted out. Darcy Garvin, as we said throughout the game, John, amazing performance around the court, ending on 28 points, shooting 58% from the field, 50% from three-point land, and getting a big 7 boards as well. So amazing performance overall. And speaking of which, he joins us in the commentary booth now. Darcy, what an amazing performance out there. Everything just worked like clockwork. You just glide across the court. You're always in the right place at the right time. How did it feel out there on the floor?
I think the first half it probably didn't feel too great, but I think we kind of came out in the second half. We wanted to put them away, thinking about tomorrow, and yeah, I think everything sort of just flowed for us, which was nice. Yeah,
absolutely. And we've sort of mentioned a couple of times throughout the game tonight, defensively, you don't necessarily pull blocks, you don't exactly pull boards, but you do such a good job on the defensive end of the court just to be such a big presence. How has that sort of impacted your game, do you think?
I guess we kind of got a bit of a grilling last week after giving up so many points to Spartans. So Monday we just did defense for 2 hours. But I think if I'm always talking in defense, I can talk myself to be in the right position, and I'm one of the older girls in this group, so I've got to be a bit of a leader out there. So if I can talk and direct everyone else, I generally find myself in the right position.
It was a really good team performance. I think everyone stepped up tonight. Talk about some of those young players like Fowler and Andrews and Goodchild. I thought they were great. Do you really see yourself in a mentorship role for that young talent you have on the squad?
Yeah, I joke that I teach those two big girls in Majella Carey and Alex Fowler, everything they know, but Alex has just been named in two Australian teams in the last couple of weeks, so that's a credit to her. She puts in the hard work, and Majella just came off the bench and did the same thing, and I think it's awesome that we kind of poached Mila from Logan this year, so I think it was nice for her to come here in front of her family and her friends and play really well like she did.
And you also have that Australian opportunity as well. How much does that mean to you for that opportunity to present itself?
Yeah, it's awesome, I still know that a few of the girls are away in the WNBA, but it's awesome for me to just get out there and show Sandy what I can do, whether it be for Worlds or for, future Opals commitments.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're talking about some of those younger girls on the floor as well, and obviously taking a mentorship yourself with these younger players. You're going to be losing like Hayley Andrews and Mila Goodchild to college as well. Based on the performance out on the floor, you've got such a strong, young but strong bench as well. How do you think the younger girls are going to handle stepping up into those positions and filling the boots of those two players?
Yeah, I think they'll do great. Ainsley Walsh, she's a great shooter. She shot well again tonight. We just recruited Stella Beck, so she's still fitting in and finding her feet in this group. So I think we'll be fine. I think we get Mila for a little bit longer than we have Hayley, but that's what the Townsville program is so strong, and we have great juniors.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
yeah, Darcy, I know Coach St. Maurice will want to have a chat. I'm sure you want to go enjoy the win with your team. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Great game tonight, and good luck tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one versus Ipswich.
Thank you.
Awesome. Right. Good luck. Thank you very much. And that does wrap things up here from the commentary booth for your QBL Game of the Week, presented by Nothing But Net Media and Live Sport Australia. My name's been Regan Baker. As always, I got John Guana in the commentary booth with me. Big shout out to Chris Sieber on the camera, and of always, James Bowman down in Sydney for all the graphics and everything you do for us. But that does wrap things up. Don't go anywhere. We got the men's game coming up for you shortly, so stick around, and thanks again for tuning in.